Hey, today we're going to go over Wono. It is a decentralized peer-to-peer platform for exchange and and rent of any asset and services without currency. Well, it has uses crypto, and there's no taxation expenses. Um, it's a really ambitious project that is trying to cover a lot of things and do a lot. Um, it is a gig network. So that covers the services. Any services that you want to put up there, and people can pay you to perform the services. And then also the rental of any asset, whether it's car rental, bike rental, residence, like Airbnb. I mean, it is once again really cliche, but the rideshare, um, like renting your vehicle out or your bike, the Airbnb for renting your property. Um, but it wants to really blanket and cover all of that. Have music going because for some reason people have asked me to play music while I'm doing the review, which it's really annoying and hard to concentrate. But I want to put it in there. Um, but I'll turn it off now because that was enough. Pre-ICO starts in 16 days. It's the 20th of July, 2018. Um, they have a white paper, light paper, and a pitch deck. Love light papers. They do have a one pager. It's not listed here. It's further down, but one pagers are usually kind of worthless. But light paper is really good. I'll go over some of the main points first, just on the website here, and then follow up with the light paper. Also, do your own research, all that. But also, before you start, I want to say thanks for everyone that's liking the videos and subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. The channel's starting to really grow. I appreciate all the likes and make sure you hit the bell for notifications. I'm gonna try to do a lot more content and get a couple videos out every week of stuff I think that's going under the radar and not being talked about by most of the other YouTubers. So first off, they have a really good and big community. Telegram, Twitter, Facebook, pretty much got everything covered. Um, they're pretty responsive in all of their social media platforms if you send them a message. What is Wano? Like I said, they want to be a total platform and not just really work on one niche. They want to kind of cover everything. Um, they want to be that trust bridge like Uber, like Airbnb, with a lot less fees. The I mean these economies have they're not that new. You know what I mean? They've shaken things up. Uber's kind of shook up the ride, you know, uh, monopoly with taxi cabs and buses, um, and it's given a lot more opportunity and to regular people, and a lot more convenience. But we've gotten to the point now where they've kind of become monopolies in that space where in which, I mean, you have to give credit where credit is due. A person had no opportunity at all to make money with their car or to make money with their room, um, before. It was, I mean, you could put an ad in the paper. It was very difficult. So they had no opportunity at all. Now they have an opportunity, but they're paying a huge amount of fees to that trust bridge or that middleman that exists to facilitate the interaction. That's one thing that Wano's doing is they're kind of cutting that down. So first off, the rentals and the things that you're getting should be a lot cheaper for the person that's the customer, but also for the, the business end or the seller or renter. You're going to pocket more of your money and have to pay less fees. So you could charge less and make more at the same time. Um, Reliable environment for sharing rentals and earning. Exchange those directly or via tokens. Spend today, you'll be paid tomorrow. There are no taxes. Currency conversion rates. Like if you're going on a trip, you're just going to pay for your airfare, and you wanted to rent a place in Paris or Germany, wherever you're going, you wouldn't have to pay the conversion rates of your local currency to that local currency. Pay all the fees for sending cross country, all that. It's quick and easy. Everyone can ensure deals and earn on it. Reviews, ratings, and score are fully transparent. They have a rating system. Usually, for most peer-to-peer, there's an arbitrage or an arbitration if there's any kind of problem with the transaction, and it's settled by the community. Roadmap I'll go into on the white paper. The tokens distribution. I was kind of impressed here. The team is taking 20%, 3% for bounties, 12% in reserve, 5% for advisors. That's still advisors and team. It's the same thing. So it's 25% there. But they're doing 60% to the public that's being sold. That is a big chunk. It seems like most ICOs nowadays are doing 50% on the good side. I've seen a lot that are doing 40, and that's really I'm really not that cool with 40. 50 is kind of the minimum for me to say it's good. There's just too much centralization if it's not at least 50%. 55% is great. 60%, that's awesome. They're selling for 50 cents, I think. Yeah, 50 cents in the ICO. They're getting a lot of hype. A lot of different media outlets are covering them. I'll go over these here in a second. Now, this is something you really need to look at. They have very high marks with all the rating systems for ICOs. This is kind of the go-to one, ICO Bench. If you have a 4 with ICO Bench, I think that's a quality ICO. They got a 4.8, which is amazing. Advisors, got old Ian Scarpepe. He is somehow able to advise every ICO out there, it seems. But he's on the board. This guy, Benedict O'Leary, he is 15 years in travel experience. This guy, I have seen him also advising some other ICOs, but he has I know I read here, transportation e-commerce. The car sharing. He's got a bunch of experience with that, so he's a good advisor for the project. This guy has 7 years experience with Airbnb. This guy also is a Chile Airbnb developer, and there's a lawyer from America. You should always have one of those in your recipe if you're looking for success. All in all, advisors look pretty decent. They're pretty good. The team, the company's out of Russia, and they're super Russian, like mega Russian. Some of their LinkedIn's are in Russian, so it was a little challenging, but I researched everything. The founder, there's a lot of the team has a lot of experience, it seems, in like marketing and business. Mainly marketing, as far as like they're kind of celebrities from what I've been reading. Like Alexander, he's got like 3 shows, reality shows, fitness show, another fitness reality show, and MMA reality show fighters. So he's probably an MMA fighter. That's why it looks like he could, kick your butt all over the place. Um, this fellow has 20 years experience in management business. Basically, he's worked for a lot of companies. Worked for Ford and then Ford Motor Company. I think there were two separate ones, but he did work for Ford Motor Company for I think like 8 years, 7, 8 years. Not only did he work for the companies, but he also had a lot of stuff in his LinkedIn about what he had accomplished. Um, he had done some really cool stuff as far as like raising productivity, lowering costs, that kind of thing. So pretty good on the business end. Definite good marketing and faces out there. This guy is like the number 5 automotive media show and site in Russia. Um, so I was looking and I was like, that is really good for marketing and for business. But this is not just an idea type project where the project is where you ask yourself, does this really need a blockchain? This really needs a blockchain. It needs a huge infrastructure and a solid infrastructure for this to run. It's going to be, like I said, it's really, really aggressive, really massive in the scope of what they're trying to accomplish. Um, so they need to have a really good blockchain, and the devs they have are really, really good. They have, I think, 5 devs, which is way more than most ICOs that I've been looking at. Um, and they're not similar. They're very different, which is kind of cool. Um, this guy works with blockchain dApps. This one, 14 years experience on web development, and he's worked with business to customer with Kutigo and business to business with AdRiver. So that says he's in charge of the user web application development, which makes sense. This guy is just a straight blockchain developer rock star. He's worked with platforms like Ethereum, Hyperledger Fabric, and multi-chain. He is skilled integration specialist for Node-RED, just you know, technical stuff. But he is a 100% straight blockchain developer. This guy developed dApps, smart contracts, JavaScript framework, focused on the back end, and then this guy's another 10 years developer where he worked at Ericsson. So they've got five developers, and they each specialize in different areas. So the development team is pretty good. They do have a good engine under the hood, not just a shiny car. That's some airdrop stuff. I'm gonna go over what am I going over? Is it a light paper or the pitch deck? One or the other. Whatever. We'll go over it. Um, Community-driven, middleman-free environment where you can earn and spend, just like we went over. Uh, you can see, they're cutting out a lot of the steps and a lot of the people with a much smaller commission. It's more than 30% is lost in all the different people taking their piece of that pie. So when you're cutting out, all those other steps and all those other intermediaries, like I said, you can actually charge less and make more. No taxation, currency losses. We went over that. This is a quick roadmap. We are in we're at the end of Q2, beginning of Q3 right now. They're about to do the pre-sale now, and then the crowd sale Q3. Q2 19, they're going to do the pre-release and release Q3. So pretty long term, but it's not that far out. All right, maybe the pitch deck. Fastest growing markets, the gig economy, I think it was like 15 billion US dollars, which is insane. That is a lot. Um, or the freelance community. Uh, the problem is that they have really high commissions, uncertainty the deal is reliable, it's non-transparent for no ratings or reviews. And now the companies that have started things and kind of shook up the industries have become monopolies in that field. Uh, with Uber and Lyft, they're kind of that's it. They're kind of hashing it out between the two of them. Airbnb, there's nothing that's up on that level uh, as far as as a person-to-person rental for that kind of stuff. Using tokens reduces expenses for all parties. Obviously, execution and payments are guaranteed by smart contracts. Blockchain records are open. The platform is regulated by the user community, not the company or the monopoly. Um, Less demand for commissions went over. It's just less people, less charges. Uh, Much simpler, much more streamlined. That compares it to some other ones that are out there. And like I said, total supply is 79 million, so not a giant supply, um, which will help for price per token. Um, Marketing, they have it all laid out here. It's pretty simple. Doesn't look like there's a lot. I mean, it does look pretty transparent what they're gonna put it into. Um, Roadmap went over. That's the team. Like I said, they are super Russian, but seem like some nice folks. I talked to them on Telegram. Uh, like I said, it's a big project. It looks like they're trying to cover a lot of stuff, and to be a full community-driven peer-to-peer platform to cover everything from making money to spending money. Um, it's really interesting, and it looks pretty cool. If you have any questions or you need anything, you had any more questions on it, you can reach out to the team on their Telegram or Facebook or Twitter or any of the social media. If you wanted to ask anything of me, just leave a comment in the comments below. I appreciate it. Appreciate the likes. You guys take care.